Hello guys, welcome back. In this video, let us see about IAM service, hands-on. So for that, in order to log in, first you need to type AWS console login in search bar. So that you can see multiple options are available here. You can see https://aws.amazon.com under that console. So just click on it, or else you can open the downlink as well. It also it does not redirect because PhD something is there. You can open similar like https awsamazon.com, like those URLs you can open. Even though the URL will be up to amazon.com also, it will redirect to the same place. You can see on the top right corner, sign in to console. So just click on it. First, in order to perform anything, first we need to log in, right? Yeah. So if you are a new user, if you want to log in with the root account, then click on sign in using root user. Actually, I tried to log in by using IAM user. So by default, it was opened like that. You can see root user. Here you need to provide your root user name. That means root user email or email address. Then after you need to provide the password. For example, root@gmail.com is my root. So if you click on next, you can see it is asking password. So if you enter your password and click on sign in, then it will automatically sign in. Now I'm expecting to sign in with IAM account. Since it is best practice to use IAM account, I'm expecting to sign in with IAM account. So in order to sign in, first we need to specify our account ID or account alias. Root account alias or account ID. So this is the root account ID for my IAM user. So I just provided this and I just clicked on next. You can see providing this, after providing this account ID, you need to provide IAM username. So this is my IAM username, and then you need to provide your password. So I'm just passing it. I have typed my password. Now I'm clicking on sign in. You can see it was asking me one more additional security, that is MFA code. So to enter this code, you need to open whatever the authenticator app that you're using. Currently, I'm using Google Authenticator app, and now I'm providing the code here and click on submit. You can see it was login to my AWS Management Console. Don't worry, I'll show you. In order to log in like IAM user, you first need account, right? Yes. So I will tell you how to create. In the previous video, you have seen already how to create an root account. So by using that root account, you can directly log in by using root email and password. If you want to log in with user credentials, that is IAM user credentials, in this way, however we log in now, in that way you can able to log in. Now let us see, you already seen how to create root user credentials by creating a new account. So in this account, I am expecting to create IAM users. So for that, first under services, type IAM so that you can see the service name IAM. So just click on it. In this video, we're gonna learn hands-on with this IAM console. You can see how the dashboard will look like. Add MFA for root account. Currently for the root account, there is no MFA. If you want to, I have already told you this is the account ID and this is account alias. If you want, you can create whatever the account alias. Alias means whatever the name, or in simply, you can provide the name of your account here. If you provide name, at here you can see the name instead of this ID. So that is the advantage of this. In order to easily identify your account, you can identify it by using ID. Since we are most familiar with names, we can alias this ID with a name by just clicking on create and providing the name. Currently, I'm not expecting to provide, so I'm just canceling it. Okay, you can see under the dashboard. Under the dashboard, first you have seen about recommendations, that is add MFA for your root account, and it also specifying me I'm having MFA. You have MFA. So that's why while logging in, it is asking me extra OTP that is produced in your MFA device. Since I'm using Google Authenticator, I provided that. So if you use another, then you can able to provide that as well. Okay. You can see under the IAM resources, we have user groups, one user groups and two users and 6 roles and 4 policies. You can see under identity providers, 0 identity providers. Don't worry, I'll tell you one by one. Under user, first let us see about users. So in order to create a user, so let's see what are the users that I have. I have 2 users. Let's say I'm expecting to create a new user, that is Ajay. So I want to create a IAM user with the name Ajay, and I currently not expecting to provide any permissions to him. So if you want to do that, you can see under the dashboard you have access management. Here you can see users. Just click on it. Just click on create user, so that now you can able to create your user. So what we are expecting, we are expecting to create Ajay user. So write the username, and here you need to specify if you want to provide access to management console or not. If you want, then enable it. If you don't want, then just disable it. Even after creation also, you can even enable it or disable it. It's on your hand. So currently, while creating, I'm not providing any, I'm not providing, I want to provide AWS Management Console access. So that's why I clicked here. Since we are providing Management Console access, the user need to log in, right? So if we create an IAM user, then click on I want to create an IAM user, so that we can able to provide a auto generated password or customly whatever the password that we want, that we can able to provide as well. Let's say I want to provide this 3-digit password. If you want, you can even ask user after first time sign in, you can even ask user to change the password. So if you click on this, then whenever user login for the first time to the console, it asks for change the password. So must create a new password at next sign in. Currently, I'm not expecting for my user to create again and again password. So I'm just deselecting it. Here you can see you can even create this user by using identity center. What is this option? So while learning about directory services, so we have already seen one of the directory service that is present in our data center. So which servers holds your username and password? Directory service, right? Yeah. So in AWS, we have identity center. We have identity center. So by using this identity center, you can able to directly provide credentials to this Ajay without even creating password to him. So by using the identity center authentication, this user can able to log in. So currently I'm expecting to provide IAM user credentials. So I just selected this and then clicked on next. You can see the password, the entered password does not conform to account privacy policy. So this is also having some privacy policies. So currently I provided some password to it. I'm showing you the password and I'm just copying to login and check whether user is created or not. So I'm just clicking on next. You can see it was asking me to provide permissions, that is add user to groups. You can provide permissions by adding the user to a group or copy permissions from another users, whatever that you have, or else you can attach policies directly from whatever the policies you have. You have managed policies. So like that, you have custom managed policies. You have managed AWS managed job functions. You have AWS managed policies as well. So like this, you have three types of policies available for you. Permissions policies, you can able to provide permission by using any one of the policy or attaching multiple policies to a user. Remember, per user, for a single user, you can able to attach 10 managed policies and 10 custom managed policies only. Per user, you can able to provide 10 managed policies and 10 custom managed policies only. Okay, if you want to set any permission boundaries, then you can use permission boundary permission boundary to control the maximum permissions. Actually, I'm not expecting to use this. So I'm just expecting to create my user. So I'm not even providing any permission to my user. So I'm just clicking on next. You can see we have just provided the username and we have provided a custom password. Whatever we provided, so those two things only we provided. Coming to permissions, we haven't provided anything. If we want, we can even able to add tags. How many tags? 50 tags. Tags also available for IAM user. So I'm just clicking on create user. You can see my user is created successfully. You can even see your password as well. You can see the user password is also available and username is also available. By using this URL, user can able to log in. User can able to log in. You can even send this by using email. Email instructions, you can even able to send this. Currently, I'm not expecting, so I cancel this. You can even download this in the form of CSV file and you can share this credentials to your users. Remember, this download CSV file is available only while creating this user. So after you return to users list, you can say I just return to users list. I have user that is Ajay. I just opening this Ajay. So for this person, I don't have password for him. You can see under security credentials. So I don't even get the password for him. Access advisor. So we just created, now in this video, we just created an IAM user and we haven't provided any permissions to him. So let's log in by using some incognito tab. Let's log in for that account. Does AWS accepting or authenticating that Ajay user that I'm created and accepting the login or not? So I'm just clicking on login back. The same process, however we done previously, the same process. Here we need to provide a account ID or sorry, this is yeah, IAM user sign in only. You can see I'm just providing the username and just pasted the whatever the password that I copied and just clicking on sign in. So this is how very simply you can able to create an IAM user. Wow, you successfully created an IAM user, and by using that IAM user, you can even authenticate it to AWS account. That is, you log into your AWS account by using that IAM user. So have I provided any permissions to him? No, nothing permissions have I provided to him. So let's open anything and see whether he have permissions or not. You can see on dashboard only it was telling access denied for applications and cost usage access denied. So let's see security. So everything it was showing access denied because we have not provided any permissions to him. So there is no applications for him, or else under the all services, if you open any service, currently I'm opening my storage service, that is S3. So let us see, he's having an access to create a bucket here. You can see it is loading buckets. So let's try with bucket creation. So you can see even you don't have permission to list the buckets. So in order to see the buckets or list the buckets, he needs some permission. What this Ajay user requires some permission. He doesn't even have that permission to see those buckets. So let us, so currently we just created an IAM user and we successfully log in to AWS account, and we verified that he can able to access any services without providing any permissions. He can able to access any services. Currently he is not able to access any services. So let us provide some permissions to him. Now I am expecting to provide, actually I'm having an administrative permissions, so that's why I can able to do these tasks. Now I'm expecting to provide S3 access for this Ajay person, so that he can able to access that S3 service, right? Currently he can able to access this S3 service, no, right? He cannot even able to list the buckets in S3 service. Now I want to provide that S3 service permission to this Ajay. How to do this? So I just opened my login. You can see under this, I have opened users and I opened this particular Ajay. You can see under the permissions policies, we do not have any permissions. Under the permissions, we do not have any permissions or policies. So here you can able to add permissions. You can able to create your inline policy, or else you can even have chance to add permission directly. So let's see with both of them as well. So in this inline policy, it is very easy. You can able to create directly from here. You can select the service. So I want to provide S3 service access. So I'm just selecting this S3. Under this, you can see actions. What are the actions that you are allowing? If you want to allow all actions, then click here, so that all actions will be allowed. He can able to list whatever the data in S3 bucket, and he can able to read, he can able to write, he can able to manage permissions and taggings as well. If you click on all, if you want to provide only list buckets, you can see when he try to open his bucket, when he try to open this buckets, what happens? This person do not have list buckets policy. So that's why you cannot able to see the buckets listing here. So if you want to provide only permission to see the bucket names, so for that, list all my buckets, and you can see list bucket. So these permissions you need to provide for him. And resources, all you can specify are specific bucket related ARN. If you want, you can able to add. Currently, I want to provide all resources permission. So that's why I selected all. So these are optional conditions. You can even request him to create his MFA or request him to access the service only from particular IP address. You can even add that particular IP address condition as well. So if you provide this IP address, from that IP address only he can able to access these resources. So currently I'm not providing. You can see another thing, that is add request conditions. You have multiple options there as well. So currently I'm not focusing much on there. So I'm focusing by using inline policy, what we are providing in S3 service, we are providing list bucket permission. That's it. So I'm just clicking on next. And here you can specify your policy name. Policy name is lab1 policy. Since it is policy created by us, so I'm just providing the name as lab1 policy, and I'm just clicking on create policy, so that my policy is created here and it is added to Ajay permissions, right? Yes. So you can see by pressing plus tab here, you can see the JSON script of it as well. So let us see he can able to access this, list these buckets. So I'm just reloading it. You can see he can able to see whatever the buckets which are present in this account, right? Yes. Now he can able to see what are the buckets present in this account, in which region, and access analyzers and creation date as well. So now let us open any one of the bucket and see whether we can, this Ajay person can able to access or see the content. Yes, he can able to list the content, right? Yes, he can able to list the objects as well. So let's see objects. Yeah, this is one of the object. He can able to see the object as well. So let us download this, try to. You can see it was not downloading. What it is getting, access denied, access denied. So why it is getting, sir? We haven't provided downloading or reading option. We just provided him what action? Just only list action we provided. You can even open and see the permission that you provided. You just provided list all my buckets. This will list all your buckets, and in that bucket also you provided list bucket, so that he can able to list whatever the object which is present in that bucket, he can able to see. We haven't provided any read policies, so we just provided list policy only. So now I'm just wanted to delete this permission. So I'm just selecting the particular policy what I have provided here, and then I'm clicking on remove here. So you can see the policy got, one inline policy got removed. Now you can go and check with Ajay user that he can able to access this. So I'm just moving one bit back. You can see insufficient permissions to list objects. I'm moving bucket level. So here also he cannot able to see bucket level objects as well, because we removed the policy which we attached to him. So in this way, by using inline policy, you can able to attach him the policy. Let's see how to attach the policy by using add permissions. So I just opened, once again I'll show you. I just opened Ajay user from my account, from my admin account. And now under permissions tab for this Ajay, I just clicking on add permissions. Here you can see add permissions. I'm just clicking on it. You can see we have 3 ways to add. We can able to copy the permission from another users, whoever I have, or attach policies directly. You can see the types. Under that we have custom managed as well. So these are the policies which we created. You have AWS managed policies as well. Currently I'm moving on with AWS managed policies. That is, I want to provide S3 full access. This time I want to provide S3 full access. So you can see S3 full access. Under this, you can see actions. Under S3, you can able to perform all actions. You can see, yeah. So I'm just selecting this and I'm just clicking on add so that next, so that it's asking me for review. For this user, you're adding this AWS Managed Permissions policy. So everything is fine. So I'm just adding it. Wow, you successfully added one policy for him. You can see I attached a managed policy to my Ajay. So let's move on back to Ajay login. You can see this is Ajay login. Here now let us reload and check whether he can able to access the bucket. Yes, now he can able to access the bucket. Within this bucket also he can able to list. So let's see, he can able to list the items. Yeah, this is one of the items, CSV file. It's not a folder, it's a file. So he can able to list the objects as well. So let's see he can able to download this or not. So I'm just clicking on open, or I'm just clicking on download. You can see it was asking me to download. It was asking me to download. So I'm just canceling it. So it even provides me to download permission as well. For this Ajay, it even allowing to download permission as well. So let's open with another service and check whether he is having permission to open that as well. So I'm just opening my EC2. So it's loading. I'm just provided my S3 permissions only. I haven't provided any permissions for him. So the content is loading here. So let's see, he can able to access EC2. You can see API error. What this means? That means you can see here it was clearly mentioned this particular user in this account, this particular user is not authorized to perform any action in this. So he is not authorized because we haven't provided any permission. So that's why he is not authorized. If you want to provide permission to this EC2 as well, then open your management account, or else whatever the root account or management account you have. So by using that, you can simply add the permissions from here by attaching any policy or by attaching any policy. So let's see EC2 full access I want to provide. You can see EC2 full access. So I'm just clicking on it, or else you can even provide EC2 read only access. So I'm just selected that and clicked on next. You can see EC2 read only access is there provided, and just clicked on add permission. Now let us see you can able to access it or not. So for this, I'm just reloading it. You can see he can able to read all the things. I'm just reloading it. Reloading the whole page. You can see now he is not getting any errors. Yeah, almost every services he can able to read. That means EC2, under EC2 you can able to read everything, right? Yeah. So in this way you can able to provide particular permissions to particular users, and you can able to manage that particular user by providing specific permission so that he can able to access that particular resource, and then he can able to do particular manipulations or do particular operations that he want to perform. Then he can able to achieve your task. So in this video, we have seen about creating a user and how to attach policies to this person, and even simply how to detach or remove policies for this person by using inline policies we have seen, and add permissions we have seen. So let's see what are the groups he present. He doesn't present in any groups. So let's open users. So whenever you create users or open the users tab, you can see many more options available here. Whatever the users that you have and how many groups that users attached, if you want, you can open and see in which group that particular user is present. And you can even see MFA is activated or not. For a user, MFA is activated for a particular user. So is that BTech Spark that I have firstly logged in. By logging this account, I will show you I've provided MFA and how to log in it with by using MFA. So don't worry, I'll show you how to create MFA for particular user as well, for this Ajay user as well. You can see password age. So after the 37 days, he also need to update the password. After 73 days, this person, this user, and 33 days, Ajay user need to update his password. You can see console sign in as well. So when did he sign in? That also you can see here. And access keys, if any created, those are also visible here. Access key usage also you can see here. So here you can see the things, that is by using console login when he done, or accessing programmatic login by using keys when did he done. So those all you can see, and you can see ARN. What is this ARN indicates? Amazon resource name. By using this you can able to identify particular resource or particular user or particular resource in AWS. Either it may be user or service. You can see creation time as well. This person created 2 months ago, and this person created 1 month ago. This person just created 35 minutes ago. That is what Ajay user. You can see console access we provided. Yes, you can see that is enabled. So let us see how to provide for Ajay MFA as well. How to create MFA for Ajay user as well in this video. So I'm just opening my Ajay account. You can see this is my Ajay account. So here I'm just opening my IAM. So does he have any access for this IAM? No, right? He does not have any access for this IAM right now. So I'm just opening. So from my admin account, I can able to enable his MFA account, MFA as well, multi-factor authentication. So if I just click on enable MFA, you can see the device name it was asking. You can provide any device name. If you want to use Google Authenticator, you can use it. You can use it, and you have to scan whatever the QR you provided, QR that is provided to you. So if you just click on next, then it will provide you a QR like this. You just click on show QR. So after installing your Authenticator app, you need to scan this QR and provide two successive OTPs, and then just click on add MFA so that it will verify two successive MFAs and then verified it. So that's it. In this very simple way, you can able to provide MFA for any account. So let's say I want to provide MFA for this Ajay account, then just click on this and then click on enable MFA and provide the device name D1, something like that, and then click on next. So just provide this QR code for that particular user so that he can able to scan that and he can able to provide first two codes of MFA to you. So as an admin, you can enter those two and just click on add so that MFA is added to that particular person. So after adding MFA, he can have extra layer of security, that is in order to log in. So first he need to provide his username and password, IAM username and password, and after that step he also need to provide MFA code, that is a MFA OTP, whatever the authenticator app he used to log in that he got some code that will changes frequently within few seconds, approximately 10 seconds. So that he need to provide in that, and then only he can able to sign in. So for that Google Authenticator, it was not charging for you anything. So that's why I'm using Google Authenticator. You have seen how can I log in for this administrative account. by using that Google Authenticator MFA. Now, in this way, you can able to create MFA for any users as well. So for my administrative account also, I created this MFA in the same way. I'm just clicking on users. I'm just deleting this user. If you don't want this Ajay user for long term, then you can even simply delete this by selecting this particular user. I just selected this particular user and I'm just clicking on delete. You can see it was asking us the confirmation by simply typing the name of that IAM user. I typed it, clicked on delete user. You can see it was deleting the user. You can see user Ajay is deleted. It is not even visible in my dashboard. So let's see the login. So previously we logged in as IAM user, right? That is Ajay user. Now let's move back to who that he can able to still use this. You can see it automatically signed out and moved back to sign in page, right? Yeah. So since we removed or deleted the credentials, AWS won't provide authentication for that user. So you automatically moved back. In this way, you can able to create an IAM user and you can able to log in with that IAM user. You can even provide MFA for that particular IAM user you created, and you can even add permissions to that particular user. So in that way, so however we have seen, in that way you can able to add individual permissions to that particular user as well. So you can even check what are the permission that he has by using this IAM service. So I hope you got a good knowledge on this users and providing the policies for these particular users, creating user or deleting user, those things. I hope you got some knowledge on it, how to create a user or how to attach particular policy to particular user, and how to remove that policy to particular user, how to manage the policy among users. You got some knowledge how to create users and how to delete users from console. I think you got some hands-on by using this lab. I hope this video is understanding to you. Thanks for watching again. See you back in the next video with another interesting topic. Until then, bye bye. Thanks for watching again. See you back in the next video. If you like the video, then please like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to get the latest updates. See you back in the next video, guys. Thanks for watching again. Thanks for watching again.